Yo, what's good with y'all, man? Back again with another video. And this will be a pretty quick one. I just wanted to briefly speak on this Emma Watson situation. It's not even really a situation. It was just something that I found interesting in telling not only about her, but the entertainment industry in general. And it's just y'all, they're so blatant and overt with, what they're doing and the things that they're promoting and the gods who they truly worship, allegedly. So shout out to Chronicles of Judah, man. But anyway, so if you guys don't know who Emma Watson is, she's the girl that played Harry Potter, not Harry. She played Hermione in Harry Potter, and I think she's been in a couple other movies. I never really liked Harry Potter, so I don't know. I just the whole Dungeons and Dragons and witches and warlocks, like that stuff, it never really appealed to me. That like I have a couple anyway. This is not supposed to be a personal video. I wanted to briefly touch on this frantic Instagram post that she made talking about how she was familiar with Saturn. And if you guys don't know already, Saturn is he's a Roman god. Saturn is another name for Kronos. But anyway, Saturn and Kronos are basically both names for Satan. Y'all know I tell you guys repeatedly, all the gods and goddesses of ancient mythology are all just different avatars, manifestations of Satan. But anyway, this is a relatively short article, so I just wanted to read it, and I'm going to, provide a little bit of brief commentary when I see something that I feel like I should speak on. So let's get into it, man. So the title of the article is Emma Watson says she's now well acquainted with Saturn return after turning 30. Scroll down. Here we go. Emma Watson has opened up in a rare personal post to mark her 33rd birthday. The Harry Potter star, who turned 33 on Saturday, April 15th, shared a post on Instagram describing how she had stepped away from life over the past couple of years. "This is 33, she began. Holy moly, before 29, I hadn't even heard of a Saturn return as a concept. Let's just say that now I am well acquainted." Hey, man, so let's just get right into it. So as soon as I saw the number 33, I saw she turned 33. Instantly, I thought about Freemasonry, Christ consciousness, the 33 vertebrae. So if you guys don't know, 33 is a very, very important number in occult and esoteric circles. If you guys are familiar with Freemasonry, then there are 33 degrees, like I just said, that represent the 33 vertebrae in the spine that eventually lead up to your crown chakra or pineal gland. And basically, once you reach the 33rd degree of masonry, then you essentially become a god, quote unquote god. You become enlightened. You become a Christ figure or a Buddha type of entity. So I'm sure, like, I can't speak on it, like, because I don't really know her and I don't know what type of programming she was under, but I'm sure that she was already familiar with who Saturn was, who the horn god was, who Satan is, really. They call him different names in the entertainment industry. And I only say that because she is what I believe, like I said, this is allegedly, but I think that she's the MK Ultra asset because she's one of those, she's basically an industry baby. Like, she's been in the entertainment industry since she was a child. So I can only imagine what type of rituals and things that they were putting her through in her youth. And but yeah, so another aspect I can think of, because masonry is all about secrecy and not revealing the secrets of the order to the lower initiates. So maybe she didn't know about Saturn or who they truly worshipped until she rose to the 33rd degree. She turned 33. I don't really know what her initiation process was like. But definitely when I saw 33, I was instantly like, oh, okay, like she's enlightened now. But yeah, hopefully that made sense to you guys. But again, 33 is extremely important in Masonic circles. Also, just briefly, Albert Pike has a book. If you guys don't know who Albert Pike is, he's one of the most famous, or he was one of the most famous Masons of, I believe, the 19th century. And I think he still has a statue up in Washington, D.C., which shows you that, he's very, very important in the history of our country and just, the Masonic world in general. But he has a book called Morals and Dogma, which I actually have. I actually have the book. It's very long. It's very hard to understand and kind of evil, like it's if you get the book, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, he speaks briefly on the he basically talks about all the degrees of masonry and what a mason is supposed to learn in each degree. And when you get to the part about the 32nd degree, which is, one under the 33rd degree, he talks about how the god of the Masons is Lucifer, aka Satan. So this is coming from the most famous Mason, one of the most famous Masons in history, and he's telling you that, hey, like, we worship Lucifer, that's our god. We worship Satan. And you can get a couple other books by, I'm trying to think of some occultists who I've read their work. Manly P. Hall jumps to mind immediately. I'll do some more videos about that stuff. But yeah, anyway, Masons worship Lucifer, and they have 33 degrees. And yeah, that's where all of that stuff is coming from. Anyway, she went on to write about how she had learned to surf badly, ridden horses, done a lot of therapy, and said goodbye to my grandma and grandpa. Could that be a sacrifice? Allegedly. I cut my thumbnail off on both hands trying to cook for myself and then was only able to do things one-handed for months. She wrote, I felt really sad and really pissed off about a lot of things. I learned more about love and being a woman. Okay, like, that paragraph does not make sense to me. You cut both of your thumbnails off on both hands? And then you said you cut both of them off on both hands, but then you were only able to use one hand for months, but you did the same thing on both hands. Like, how? Like, I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, it took me 3 years, but I finally figured out a daily practice and can actually keep it for more than a few days in a row. She explained that the new pictures she was posting were actually taken on her birthday last year, but I wasn't ready to come out of my COVID cocoon. All right, continuing. Two things. First, you see in this picture, you got the black and white, Freemasonry, the checkerboard, good magic, bad magic, white magic, black magic. That's where that Masonic concept comes from. Yin and yang, masculine and feminine. So who knows? Maybe Emma Watson is a transformer, but I don't really know. Like I said, I'm not really familiar with her work. But when she speaks about the cocoon, so the Masons also have this understanding, this occultic understanding, that this alchemical understanding of, the concept of turning lead into gold. That same thing can be symbolized by the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And one of the main symbols of Masonry, specifically Enlightenment, once you get to the 33rd degree, is the butterfly. The butterfly is actually the symbol of the MK Ultra and the Monarch program, because that's what it's meant to symbolize. When you see people say, I came out of my cocoon, like, that's really what they're referring to. They went through their Masonic initiation journey and they came out on the other side as a proverbial god. So yeah, as soon as I saw that cocoon too, I was like, oh, okay. I wonder what type of rituals they were putting her through during COVID. So this is her post. 3 million likes. Wow. This is 33. Holy moly. Before 29, I hadn't even heard of a Saturn return as a concept. Let's just say that now I am well acquainted. So look, you see the emoji she's using, death. Saturn is another name for Saturn is the Grim Reaper. So when you guys see the Grim Reaper, like on Halloween or in like Billy and Mandy, that is a representation, a personification of Saturn. They show them to you in ways where you don't really understand what you're looking at. But like the whole concept of Billy and Mandy are literally making friends with the devil, with Satan, but they do it in a way that's funny and cute, and they put it in a kids show of all shows, which just goes to show you like what the entertainment industry is all about and what they're really trying to promote to specifically children, but to really everybody. But yeah, you see the death, the coffin, the zombie, Saturn. Yeah, no, the bomb. I don't know, bro. She's wild. Anyway, I stepped away from my life. I learned to surf badly. I rode some horses. That went better. I did a lot of therapy. My brother and I joined forces. I adopted Sophia in Mexico, who seems to be an angel, not a dog. Probably a familiar spirit, but whatever. We filmed a Harry Potter reunion. I said goodbye to my grandma and grandpa. I retraced my steps. I started a woman's environmental investment fund. I heard that Emma Watson was also like a staunch feminist. I don't really know. Like I said, I didn't really do research on her before I made this video. I just wanted to speak on it from, my perspective. But I heard that she's like a hardcore feminist. So that that could also be a telltale sign that she's a Mason or an occultist. I played pickleball with Sugar Ray Leonard. What? What? And I even played golf and then tried to make all of my girlfriends learn too. I cut my thumbnail off on both hands trying to cook for myself and then was only able to do things one-handed for again, like that makes no sense. But anyway, I felt really sad and really pissed off about a lot of things. I learned more about love and being a woman. It took me 3 years, but I finally figured out a daily practice that can actually keep it for more than a few days in a row. I burned some things down. I eat green things now. I got obsessed with making Squarespace websites. I directed my first commercial. These pictures were actually taken on my birthday last year, but I wasn't ready to come out of my COVID cocoon. Today I feel like a butterfly. Again, I told you guys, the monarch athletes are not athletes. Monarch assets, they are always symbolized as butterflies. Someone who really embodies that theme is A Boogie. If you look at most of A Boogie's albums and like or a lot of his albums, he's MK, and even his name A Boogie. Another name for Saturn or Satan is the Boogeyman. But that's a whole nother story. I'm going to be releasing an entire article about A Boogie, and that's going to be coming relatively soon because I actually really like A Boogie. I like his music, but yeah, A Boogie is definitely an MK Ultra asset, allegedly. But where's I at? Thank you to the witches in my coven who were so pivotal in helping me arrive at where and who I am now. Y'all, she just told you firsthand. Let me read that again. Thank you to the witches in my coven. This woman is a witch. Witches worship Saturn. They worship the devil. She just told you firsthand. Thank you to the witches in my coven. They're so overt with it, y'all. They're so unabashed and blatant. Shorty said, thank you to the witches in my coven. And look at that. You see all these witch emojis. She got the mermaid. She got the deer for the stag, another representation of the horn god. She got the one eye symbolism. She got the owl, another representation of the horn god. She got the black and white karate robe for Freemasonry. The sunflower is also, and the rose. The rose was a symbol for Aphrodite. I think the sunflower was a symbol for Apollo. And then you see she got the witch emoji. Yo, she's telling you right, bold. She bold. Anyway, you are my Avengers and you inspire me, and I'm not going to say that. I don't want to cuss. It takes a village. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And lastly, thank you to my brother, Alex S. Watson, for helping me find the most challenging things with time. Incredibly funny. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. All these other people. Raph Simmons, thank you to... Anyway, going back real quick. So she said, you are my Avengers. First of all, notice that she capitalized the A. So if you guys don't know this, the Avenger was also another name for Horus or Heru, aka Satan, right? So when Osiris, or another name for him is Nimrod, right? But we'll just talk about the mythological aspect. So when Osiris died, right? Set killed Osiris. Horus's entire goal was to avenge his father, avenge Osiris, kill Set, and reclaim the throne. That's where that theme comes from. I'll probably do an article about the Avengers as well, but the Avengers are all just, they're modern depictions of the pagan gods, right? So Tony Stark, he's Hephaestus, you know, the smith guy. He makes the armor for the gods. Captain America is Ares, the god of war. Thor is Thor, obviously. Black Widow and Hawkeye are Artemis and Apollo. The Hulk is Pan. But I'm gonna go more in depth with that. Shout out to Chronicles of Judah he was the first person that taught me about that and really exposed me to that concept. But Quicksilver is Mercury. Scarlet Witch is Isis. But anyway, the Avengers is another name for Satan. The Avenger is another name for Satan. So yeah, I thought that was interesting as well. Anyway, many celebrities were among those to send love to Watson in the comments. Vanessa Hudgens wrote, "What a goddess," while Nicola Adams added, "Life is a journey." Watson's most recent acting role was in Greta Gerwig's 2019 adaptation of Little Women, in which he played Meg March. Yeah, I can see, like I said, I don't know if she is, but she definitely does seem like one of those feminist type of women. Anyway, I just wanted to briefly touch on this Emma Watson situation to show you guys once again, like, all of these people, all of these entertainers, these actors, these musicians, these athletes, these people are Satanists. These politicians, they are Luciferians. They worship the horn god. They're witches and warlocks. They practice all types of demonic rituals, and they're all Masons. They're all Like I said, they're all Luciferians, man. And they tell you right in your face. And a lot of people just I would say they like discernment, but like I said, like Shorty lit, she dead told you. She was like, thank you to my witches. Like, thank you to the witches in my COVID. Like, but yeah, that Instagram post is crazy. She was all over the place, bro. Like she was bugged out. She was probably on DMT or something when she was writing that. But anyway, yeah, hopefully this little article will expose you to, like I said, the truth about the entertainment industry. Y'all know I'm trying to do my thing with the articles and just talking to y'all, but I like to make a little shorter form content like this, so you could just see it straight from the horse's mouth. Anyway, appreciate you guys for listening, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Bye, Chance.